Welcome to another AMA with Kadena Project Network. In this episode, we'll be speaking with the team from PACT Rats. This conversation was recorded on November 5th, 2022, live on Twitter Spaces. The views and expressions in this AMA do not represent the views of KPN directly and are not to be considered as financial advice. Please make sure to do your own research on the projects presented. Also make sure to follow our account to be alerted of new uploads. Now let's get started. Enjoy. Welcome to another AMA with Kadena Project Network. Today we are talking with PACT Rat NFTs. They are a very cool little digital 8-bit NFT. Kind of always reminded me of the first time I saw them. I was like, oh, it's Splinter from Ninja Turtles, but like cooler. So let's get a little bit more information about first introduction about yourself and the team behind PACT Rats, and then just a quick little description of PACT Rats themselves and how they came to be.
So I'm bad at speaking. My ADD. Well, PACT Rats. My background is like I've always been into text stuff. I go way back in crypto to where I had like 300 something Bitcoin that I paid like less than 50 cents for, that I ended up selling for a couple bucks, and I kick myself every time I think about that. For PACT Rats, it's the team for PACT Rats is just solo me, but I have get help with people in the ecosystem. The Arcade Bulls have been a lot of help, and they're a great team that has helped me along the way. They're kind of building me a foundation, help build me a foundation to do more. And right now, I like the PACT Rats. For some reason with the PACT Rat name, I like the play of words like PACT Rats. You got PACT Rats, and I'm working on a version 2. I'm doing them in 3D with Blender, and teaching myself along the way different things. I get help from some people with that, and with videos how to do certain things. Like I'm mostly self-taught on everything I do. But I have an associates in computer hardware for it's not like what is it? Associate's degree for computer hardware. Yeah. My background right now that I do at work, I do programming of CNC machines, and use what is it called? I forget words all the time. What is it called? I can't think of the name of the software. But man. Anyway, what else was what else was in the question? Sorry.
It's all good. Just like pretty much kind of like I said, when I first saw PACT Rats, I automatically thought of Splinter from Ninja Turtles. So where did the original artwork come from? Was that just something that like you came up with? Does the rat have any kind of special meaning to you?
Well, I used to have rats when I was younger, and when I was also younger, one of my favorite shows was Ninja Turtles, and I always liked playing like NES games, Atari, Neo Geo. That's what I grew up playing. But like the rats, like for like all the art I do is all from my phone. Like I didn't use the computer to do anything. Like everything was done on the phone through and through. And the way I made it, I didn't know what I wanted to draw, and I kind of just moved it around, and then I saw something I kind of made out of it, and I went from like I think 32-bit, and I brought it up to like I usually start off like a 32-bit or 24-bit, then I bring it up to like a 128-bit, and kind of build it off from there. And I like the name, I like the way they look. I was like, oh, this looks really good and original, and I wanted to build something off of it. Because right now I'm trying to also learn some PACT of my own to do more stuff later on. Because I like to work with other teams and work together. Because I think in any ecosystem, if people aren't working together or even like butting heads with each other, that's not any way to do. Because if one wins and can help out the other, everybody wins. So. I'm trying to think what else I was going to say. I'm sorry, like I said before, I'm very ADD, so like whenever I speak, I start going all over the place.
That's all right. That's all right. So let's talk a little bit about what obviously Arcade's been a big factor in your project's progression, be it from helping you build the NFTs themselves to being the launch pad for it. What brought that relationship along? Was it that you were a fan of the Bulls, or did they find you? How did that come to be?
Although you can ask most people, a lot of people know me in the NFT ecosystem, and I always support others, and I always share my art, and just been really like gun ho, like wild everywhere. And they spoke to me and told me if I ever needed help with anything, they can help me along the way and to help me get my foot on the ground. Or if I wanted to if I have any ideas, if we can bounce back and forth and see what we can do with it. I know they just released their Super Bowl beta for people that own PACT Rats or OGs or Superstar Bulls in their Discord. And I know they made a PACT Rat boss in there, and it's like basically waiting out to see how everything pans out. And if I have any ideas of if any play to earn games that I want to build in there and make something that can be played on there too, I can do that. But like I also like working and talking to other projects to see if there's anything that they want to do that kind of like make some type of a utility together that can be that that can help other projects as well.
For sure. I can't wait to actually see this game myself. I've been following it along as well. And the whole idea of having like your pack rat be a boss and be like an enemy as opposed to like another good character in the game. I kind of really like that idea. And there's a lot of ways you could spin off from that and even have like your own game where where the rats are the good guys and the bulls are the enemies, you know, and like there's lots of different ways you could go with that. And of course, like you said, also incorporating other projects into the fold, because as I can see from looking through the pack rats, you guys have lots of different incorporations of other projects as well filtered into yours, like KadeX symbols and uh, other projects listed right as accessories and things like that. What did you just decide to throw those in yourself, or did you were you approached by projects to be like, hey, we'd love to collaborate?
Well, me, I threw them in myself because for respect, like it's just more of like a respect thing. Like I threw arcade stuff in there because it's on the arcade. I've given the respect to that. CADX. I talked to Obi Don a lot, or Don a lot, and I have a lot of respect for that guy. So I threw some stuff in there that I knew that he would like. Had the ASIC miner hold in there for like KMC. I have a lot of respect for those guys too, and I know that they would have my back as much as I have theirs. Yeah, it's like little Easter egg type of things, but like just to see if they notice that that's there on their own without having to be told it type of thing. It's just, you know, it's like giving someone their flowers in a way, if that makes any sense.
For sure. I loved all the little incorporations that you had. Like you said, like holding the miner. I even liked the how you had like almost like the toad mushroom head as like a hat in different colors and things like that. There's lots of really cool little things you guys incorporated. And it's neat to see that, you know, when it came to that, like you said that you were drawing all these on your pretty much on a app on your phone, right? So was it like you had to draw like a necklace and then have to do another necklace and change the symbol, and this was all these traits and layers were done
Yeah,
on your phone?
I saved them all in PNG files. I saved it like on a Dropbox. So like I'd make all the base layers, and I'd made all the backgrounds, and just like it's all in different like PNG transparent layers. So like I didn't even know, like the only ones I knew what they would look like was the one of ones that I made. That's the only ones I knew what they would look like when they came out. But I had the bulls like whenever the mint happened, I didn't even know what any of the generated looks would look like. So everything was randomized through a generator to put them together, and so it was kind of fun watching what they look like coming out. So I didn't know any rarities or nothing until it was done and over with.
Let's go into the mint itself, because I remember watching on Mint Day that there was a tad little bit of confusion. If I remember, originally this was originally a 333 run project,
Yes.
but something happened which caused a little bit of confusion. Why don't we try to go back and discuss maybe what happened there?
Well, from my understanding is with the contract, there was something like when the minting happened, the token transfer from wallet to like paid didn't execute for some reason. I don't know all the details on how that happened, but all I know is like it happened so fast that minted out. Like I think the Arcade actually told me it took 4 minutes of the actual transaction starts for it to sell out, and then all of a sudden I had people like, "Hey, it didn't take my money. Take my money or your coin, or the KDA. I didn't. It charged me." And then they said, "We can either redo the mint or if any type of ideas of what we can do." And I was like, "Well, the people that mint it didn't know that they were going to like that they were getting it for free." So for me, in my mind, I was like, the first people that mint it, I think they should get whatever they have where they're at. And but since I had enough traits to make larger collection that got brought down, it was generated more to add on to the collection, because it's either okay, I could take nothing for the mint, which I was fine, but just doubled the collection, give more people opportunity that missed it along, and just like have some people have a surprise, like, hey, you just minted a free PACT Rat. So it kind of worked out for everybody, which I thought was the only fair way to do it. That way, like people that were actually got there on time and were able to mint didn't lose their mint, along with having a chance to mint some more, and it can, bring have more rats for people to have in their hands. So.
Well, Arcade jumped in, so obviously they want to have their say on the matter. So if you guys want to go right ahead, feel free.
What's up, C-Rob? It's Patrick or Snow, as some of you may know me. Yeah, what C-Rob said is pretty much 100% right. Everyone's like, oh, a glitch and PACT, da da da. Like, no, we messed up the contract, as we said from the start, and then C-Rob was like, let him keep the first 333 for free, and then throughout the process, like what people don't really know is like we were in contact with C-Rob for months. And we were all trying to kind of figure out the perfect price, like the perfect price, but also the perfect collection size for him. So for months, C-Rob was just sending us like so many versions of it, so many things. We were making small changes. So when it happened, he had like, I want to say you probably could have done like a close to maybe like a 4,000 collection if you really wanted to and stretch it out. So he had them ready to go. It wasn't like, everyone thinks it was like some marketing ploy. It worked out geniusly and wonderfully for C-Rob, but yeah, no, we were like, yeah, we made a mistake. Sorry about that. Keep the first 333 for free. We'll do a 666. It all worked out because he's a boss in our game. But as you guys kind of touched on earlier, it's perfect as it kind of opens up like endless opportunity and not an option, right? So it's like, why did the PACT Rat become bad? Like, what happened here? What happened there? Like, there's just so many different angles that we could take it. So yeah, like that's kind of what happened on our end. It was our bad. We apologize. We messaged C-Rob on the side instantly, like, good job. But it happened so quick that like we were like, oh crap, it didn't take any money. But then down the line, we fixed it. It worked out great. He sold out again, and I think, I don't know the exact time, but pretty quick. And
It was like 4 to 5 minutes.
yeah, everything's been wonderful since. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't want to kind of go down that rabbit hole of all that. But if you need me for anything, I'm here. I can elaborate on anything that you guys want. But I'm just here to support C-Rob and his project because he's a man. We love him. And just to kind of add into how this all came about, he minted a lot of our bowls back in July or June, back in June. And we reached out like, you know, Chris, like we have the posters, and we reached out. I was like, yo, if you want me to make a poster of anything, please let me know. He was like, oh, no, I appreciate you guys. But over the time we were talking, and like we knew he had the PACT Rats. We were in the server since he kind of created it, and we were like, yo, let's bring the PACT Rats to life. Like we were still kind of transitioning from Kadena to the arcade. And it all just kind of worked out. So it was a seamless process. Like, we've been in contact for months about it, but that's kind of just how everything came about. We wanted to support those who supported us and help grow the ecosystem with another project, and just bring everyone up with us. And that's just kind of how all this unfolded ultimately.
Awesome. Great to hear the story behind it. And like, people are like, oh, you know, like, it was just a simple mistake about like, or they screwed up and blah, blah, blah. These contracts and things like that, it's the difference of missing one like 0 or 1 or 1 true and false. Like, these contracts, you know, you can read over them a million times, but sometimes, you know, things fall through the cracks and things happen. But it was really good to see that you guys, you know, jumped right on it right away. And it's obvious that even when it did actually go live, to say like where the money was actually coming in for the mints, it's obvious that the people were there anyhow wanting it. You know, like if it sold out in 5 minutes when it was actually live, then for the same amount of runs as it was for the free run, then it's obvious that the people were going to buy. Even, I guarantee you, probably a lot of those people that got the free ones probably turned around and bought the same amount that they were going to buy anyhow, because they still had their funds. So it worked out for everyone that was involved, and really crazy to see like a 5-minute mint. I think that might be a record for one of the fastest mints in Kadena right now for a project. What so going forward, I noticed there that you got all of these PACT Rats, and they're all very awesome 8-bit 2D art. But I also noticed, like you mentioned before, that you're working with Blender and 3D things. So is this going to be a whole new collection, or is this going to be like a kind of try to match the ones that are already in existence? Like, I know some projects come out with like a 2D version and then release 3D versions and airdrop them kind of to the people that already have them, like the 3D version of your PACT Rat. Or is, like I said, or is this going to be a brand new thing?
Well, for me, it seems like I'm thinking like a version 2 is like if you own a PACT Rat, like you know how they have different minting phases, like you got OG mint phase or whitelist mint phase and then public mint phase. I was thinking about owning a PACT Rat might get you like the whitelist, like OG type of like 25% or 50% off of your 3 mint whitelist type of thing, or something that like owning it can have some utility to get the newer one or something along those lines. I got everything I do is self-taught, so like I updated my computer system, and because before my computer only had a 55-inch TV screen, so I got enough RAM on it to render everything seamlessly. So it's just learning as I go, kind of thing like that. Sorry, I was just putting up my bearded dragons. They were starting to want to run off the windowsill.
Those sound like cool pets.
Oh, yeah, I got 3 of them. They were just crawling off the windowsill, trying to jump on the floor. And like, no, let me put you up in your cage. But yeah, but the arcade has been like way helpful during the mint and everything. They were on like on top of everything. Real great communications and very like what's that word? I forget words all the time. That's why I'm not good at speaking. Professional. That's the word. Yes.
Yeah, I can say just from like the one little sneak peek that you have in your Discord of the 3D model, just the basis looks great. So you're obviously like, like you said, you're learning yourself, you're teaching yourself, and you seem to be doing a great job. I know that, like you said, rendering things. I used to make YouTube videos, so rendering videos and stuff like that is a good strain, and you do need a good computer with a good bit of RAM behind it, and a good CPU, and even a good GPU in some cases. So definitely, like, moving forward, considering you started off on your phone, you know, you're definitely making those steps forward to make, like you said, make it more professional, and just something that's, you know, the next step forward, the next evolution in your project.
Oh yeah.
So after, let's say, since PACT Rats was a huge success, and you guys are getting involved with getting into the arcade game, and possibly, you know, more stuff down the road, you obviously seem to have enjoyed doing this, and like it's definitely something that you seem to have a really good a knack for, and a good passion kind of want to drive. Do you see like this possibly maybe becoming like a future thing for you, where this is what you do and become like an NFT thing, or possibly even, I'm just throwing this out there and not putting words in anyone's mouth, maybe like an actual team member for Arkade or something like that down the road?
Uh, I have no idea, but I know I like art and doing different types of graphic type of things. I mean, uh, I'm just going as I go.
Yeah, once you get into learning how to do these things, it gets kind of addictive. I know I found that as well.
Yeah, especially since I like right now I'm having to keep my mind super busy because like I've kind of slowed down over the past couple of weeks because personal stuff. Me and my wife had left, and so right now I'm having had to move back to my mom's like momentarily till I can figure out my living situation stuff and all that kind of crap. And then I had bronchitis, and then I got food poisoning a couple of days ago too as well. So it's like one thing after another, but all at the same time, I'm trying to keep myself in the gym and keep my mind moving.
Yeah, and I just wanted to say, C Rob, you're the man, bro. Like you're handling it all well. We all, like I said, man, we all go through stuff. Like even with Arcade,
Yeah.
we were sick. We were dealing with some personal stuff. Like just life happens, man.
Oh
And
yeah.
one thing about just kind of this community is, yeah, like some people might not understand that or be in the circle and know, but like C-Rob, all of us are very close, so we all kind of know that like what everyone's dealing with and so forth. And C-Rob's handled it well, and we're slowly getting C-Rob's roadmap together. We're working on a few angles, so yeah, it's not out of the. It's definitely not. We've talked about it. It's not out of the picture. You know, we're all building, and life gets in the way. We want to make sure that we deliver on everything that we've promised, and we have, and more at the moment. But for the PACT Rats, there's a lot of big stuff happening. And we're not rushing any process for C Rob. We have a lot of stuff in plan for him or in store for him, but just planning it all out. It's at his pace and as ready as he is to do things as we are. So there's a lot more to come with that. But I just kind of wanted to chime in and just say that he's dealing with stuff, but even though he's dealing with it, he's pushed out and done so much more than we even like asked him to do. So you're the man, bro. Just keep your head up and keep going with that. Because
Also,
mental health is
doing making stuff for the what is it? Kadena Monster Kongs, doing stuff for that too. A whole bunch of us OG. The Monster Kongs is what I'm working on along with everything else as well. Where's my mind at right now? I don't even know
So
what my mind's
So
everywhere.
the Monster Kongs, if people don't really know, kind of have a history as well, where they were a project that has been around forever and kind of went through a bit of a change. So you were part of the team that took it on and took it over, I guess.
Oh, like me, like where I got mostly known for like sharing my artwork in there and talking to everybody, because I know like they had to be the King Kong to be level 69 in the Discord, and I actually grinded for months, like purposely grinded to try to get that. Wasn't even supposed to be able to get it, but I actually probably grinded to like level 75 while giving out a whole bunch of XP to people that needed whitelists. So, but like all the guys, like we're like all the stuff that whatever, like the full details of whatever what happens. Like, well, we're gonna make a different project that has the same concept, same type of community, little like different art and stuff, just kind of bringing it to the forefront. So like it's fully community based. Like it's not like any type of grab. Like I don't even know the full details on it. I'm just basically doing the art for it, but like my mind's all over the place right now. I don't know what the full details if I say something that it's not correct, because yeah, you get what I mean.
Yeah, yeah, no worries. Yeah, I don't want to speak out of line in case, you know, you say something that may not be true, because people will be like, well, he said this, so it's got to happen now. You got to
Oh, it's
hold him
got to
to
be
it.
that. Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that's I've always had this adage in crypto and working with crypto that you should all the best practice is to under promise and over deliver. So, you know, don't set dates, don't, you know, say as little as you can and then show them, you know, more than they expected. That's always the best route.
That's with anything. It's like if someone says they're going to do something, if there's no time frame, but when they do deliver, they deliver more than you expected. That's always a good, leaves a good taste in anybody's mouth.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So before this week, we decided that we were going to do a little giveaway as well for some free pack rats. You were cool enough to mint some yourself, so
Yeah.
which is pretty cool. Like I know if so back when I first got into NFTs, I got into 8-bit NFTs as well. And then I did like you. I downloaded an app on my phone that does 8-bit art, and I started drawing these little 8-bit pictures. And for a while, I had my own little collection. They were called dogs. They were like a pug's kind of face, and it was just a face, like a straight on shot of a dog. And I just changed them up and did different versions and different backgrounds and stuff. But they were just one of ones. So I
Like,
never really got to the point where I got thinking about, you know, oh, I should try doing something like a generative collection and doing all of the different layers and all of the different things. And just wondering, like, going through that process, how long did it take you? Like, were you just like, from what Arkade said there, you were just throwing layers and throwing ideas at them for all these different things.
oh,
Um,
me,
yeah,
if
can you go a little bit more on that?
like me, I get like whenever I'm like my mind's like on it, like like in that mode, I can sit there and make like probably 20 traits in an hour, and then go like when I'm working on something, I'll be working on something till my mind starts to wander, and then I'll start working on something else, and then when my mind starts to wander, I'll go back to whatever I was working on before, and my mind might go, aha, this is what I want to do to it now because something inspired me making something else, and because it's just different. Like I do it when I draw stuff in like pixels, I do the pixels and I layer different lightings and transparency to make it blend correctly. Then once I fine tune it where I want it, then I what do you call it? Merge them together, and then might make some little different changes after that. And like I'll go like 2 or 3 different ways, and I'll show somebody like, what do you think about this one? What do you think about this one? What's off about this one? And then I'll go. They'll tell me what they think should be changed, and then I'll change it and see what they think of this way or this way about changing. So I'll get like input from different people to see what they think before I decide on what I want it to be. But yeah, like whenever I'm on it, then I can like my mind's just clicking. Like it can just like go through. But with the pack rats, I was off and on for a couple of months, just making some stuff, and then I work on some other stuff, and then I'll start making some stuff, and then I like some of the stuff I'll do. I'll draw it on I do like the 2D stuff too on like Sketchpad, and I'll draw it on Sketchpad, render it down into a pixel, and then I'll bring it into the pixel, then make it a bright color, and then I'll redraw it. Like it's almost like you're say you're making an animation, a 2D animation, and you're trying to make remake it. So like a lot of my 2D stuff, I'll bring my 2D into a pixel, remake it, because sometimes my brain's not clicking on won't click on the pixels that I'll do better on 2D, and so then I'll just kind of play with it there. But like that's when I started mostly doing all like I have. If you ever want to see some stuff, I have a ton of stuff that I've done.
Awesome. Like, so you have a wealth of images to go back to if ever need be, which is kind of cool.
And I always save different size, like if I make traits for one thing, I'll save the trait, and I'll sometimes the trait that I never use on anything, I'll bring it in and make it a trait that'll fit another character. So I mean, everything can be reused or made into new.
For
And
sure.
like,
Yeah. Don't let anything go to waste.
oh yeah, for sure.
All right. Well, as I was saying, we decided 3 lucky people are going to be getting NFTs. So just before the AMA started today, I went through all the tweets and went through our little friend Twitter picker here, which is always a fun way to draw stuff. And I was actually glad to see that some rather familiar names popped up, and I was like, wow, I've never seen. Usually when I do Twitter picker, and like we had 50 entries, which was quite a bit, and usually when I do these giveaways, I don't really usually I'd recognize 1 or 2 names, or maybe 1 name depending on how many we're drawing from, but I recognized all 3 names that popped up, which I thought was really cool. And they're actually people I'm sure you'll recognize, especially one of them you'll definitely know. So one of the winners was one of a very familiar. I don't know if they're have the same name in Discord as they do on Twitter, but Kadenian on Twitter. So at Quinquella12 is his actual at. He's very popular. I see him tweeting all the time about Kadena and follows pretty much all the projects. So I was very happy to see his name pop up, which I thought was very cool. Another one is Ujin at OX Samurai X, which also I see him commenting all the time. I even commented on, I think I went through his Twitter today and he was commenting on like Arkade tweets, and I think he even saw him talking on PACT Rats tweets. Like, so he's definitely another familiar name. And then the 3rd lucky winner is no other than KD Crocs, a fellow Arkade project. That was very cool to see their name pop up, because we just recently had some very good conversations with them as well. They're also a very cool 2D project. So I was very happy with the winners. I was like, wow, we've got 3 good solid winners. So make sure to send out a tweet to let them know that they're the winners. So I'm sure they'll be contacting you guys to collect their winnings. Very cool to see though, like that people that that you see all the time and are followers of you actually win these prizes, which is very awesome.
Always.
Well, I want to thank everything that you guys have done between Arkade and C-Rob. I see you following, like you said, you're around all the different communities. So I was very happy when I saw PACT Rats come out and you were behind it. And then I saw it mint right out right away. So obviously you struck a chord with people. People know you. People really wanted to see this succeed, and it really did. So I know I'm really looking forward to the next iterations of PACT Rats and where it goes in the future.
Oh yeah.
Any other like alpha things you want to share, or any other ideas that you're working on besides, like you said, you're working on the 3D models? Any other things in the back of your brain that you're kicking around?
Well, I've talked to some people or some of the guys in the Kadena Monster Kongs. Maybe that's not nothing set. So maybe owning a certain amount of PACT Rats will get you an extra free mint, which is that the Kadena Monster Kongs are going to be a free mint anyway. But it's an idea that's out there, but there's nothing set in stone for that. But other than that, my mind's drawing blank at the moment.
It's all good. Lots of possibilities for the future. Lots of ways to go. I'll know, Arkade, if you guys have anything else that you guys want to share, maybe any alpha from your side, feel free to step forward.
No, not too much alpha. We pretty much are just building. Sorry, I just got home, so my dogs are going insane. Um, but not too much alpha. We're just building. Billy the Bull is live for IDO holders, PACT Rats holders, and Superstar Bulls. A lot of stuff coming. The game's in beta, so no progress will be saved. Star Station coming in 2023, where you'll be able to swap your stars for Arkade. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have. C Rob absolutely killed it, and this is all about him. I just wanted to come in and support him and just let everyone know how big of a fans we are of him as a person as well as the project. And yeah, man, we love Kadena. We're happy that people support C Rob the way they do. And people like him are a dime a dozen. You don't get people in ecosystems that want to support everyone no matter what too often. So, he's a gem. Treat him with respect and also compassion, just because you never know what people are dealing with in real life. And at the end of the day, all of this NFT online Web3 stuff is important, but mental health and everything that we deal with in day to day is way more. So shout out to C Rob, you killed it, man, and we're huge fans of you. And once you get these winners sent over, we'll transfer them over once we get their addresses for you.
For sure.
Awesome. I had one quick follow-up question about the game. If someone was to buy a pack rat off the secondary market today or whatever, would they then gain access to the beta?
Yes, they would. Great question.
All right, just because I saw some people saying, like in your Telegram and Discords, like, how do I get into the beta, and blah, blah, blah. So this is a way for them to get in, and the floor price is still really low. So let me see. Let me click on it. Floor price right now, 8.9. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, 8.9. So, for about $10, you can get in on the beta, and I feel and also own a pack rat, which is very awesome. So if you're definitely looking for a way, I know I might go sneak myself a pack rat for that price. And because I wasn't quick enough to get in on the mint. I was watching, but stupid me, you never have any coins on the right chain when you need it. So waiting for those 4-minute transfer, 3 to 4 minute transfer time for cross chains really bit me that day. So
yeah. Sorry about that, man. Hopefully when IntelliSender.
Hey, no.
Will be.
Hey, that wasn't all your fault. It was the fact that there was enough demand. Like the demand was there, and even though it had a hiccup at the start, once it went live and everything, it obviously people wanted it, and I should have been more prepared. So I definitely don't blame anyone for that.
Sorry, I don't know if you guys heard my dog. But yeah, no. If you have any issues with picking up a packed rat and not getting beta access, please ping us in the Discord or Telegram. My name's Patrick Marshall in Telegram, and in Discord it's Snow. So just reach out to me and I'll get back to you and sort that out for you right away, or give me like a little buffer to get that sorted. Things can be a little iffy at times. And like I said, no progress saves on the game quite yet. It's still in beta, so a lot of things are subject to change. And on the alpha front, we'll probably tease the grayed out UX a bit later today or tomorrow, with kind of like the reward style for Billy the Bull. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have. C Rob, once again, man, you killed it. I can't wait for you to do more of these in the future. And if anyone has any questions for C Rob or us, we're happy to answer them. But you killed it, man.
Thank you, sir.
And I don't want to give any spoilers or anything, but is this pack rat boss in this beta?
Yes, he is. He's in the beta.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure because I'm going to get to that boss. I tell you. Awesome. Well, thank you very much, both Arkade and PACT Rat, for joining us today. I learned a lot more, and I was actually very happy that you agreed to do this, since you are a very busy guy, and so is Arkade. So thank you very much, both of you, for joining us, and
No problem.
nothing but the best for the future there, Rob.
Oh,
See you, Rob.
Or it's Chris. My name's Chris. So.
No, my name's Chris as well, so I'll remember that.
The C-Rob.
Yeah, thanks for pulling me up, Chris. C-Rob, I can't give you enough flowers, man. You killed it today. Just keep going. We'll all be in contact. And congrats again to the winners. Thank you all for tuning in.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you all. Have a great day, everyone. Take care.
Bye. Later.
That wraps up another amazing AMA. Thank you for listening. Here at KPN, we strive to bring an open platform for projects being built on Kadena to present themselves to the community. Please ensure to do your own research on each project before investing. Also ensure to follow us on all our social media from Twitter to subscribing to our weekly newsletter to ensure to keep up to date on everything KDA related. You can find all the links in the description below. Take care.